Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, and we're sitting here now on the 29th of September, 2022. Remember, tomorrow's the end of a week, a month, and a quarter. So there's a certain amount of evening up that might happen. I had a rough night sleeping. Today's Wednesday. On Tuesday, I put out the most short signals I've ever done at one time in my SPDR ETF stock market video. I'm generally 3, 4. I had maybe a dozen. I had more to go. I caught myself. I said, what if I'm wrong? Look at all these things I'm going to be wrong. And I had a rough night sleeping. I probably slept a third of what I normally do. And finally, I did doze off, and I woke up about 3 in the morning, and I'm looking, and the stock market, finally, it's back down. Wait another 20, 30 minutes, and then I knew I was on the right track because it had already been down there 250, 300 points. Even if it bounced before the open, it's probably going to get tested. And I was right. That's basically what happened. So one of the things I was telling the clients, because I'm telling you, I was uncomfortable. This morning, I'm going, hey, let's take on the big break at 9 something in the morning, 9:05, 9:10, started telling them to cut the positions down, sit with half, and let's see what happens. And I'm one very happy camper. It could have gone the other way. So please understand, I'm Mr. Swiss cheese. I have been wrong plenty of times. I'm humble. I have been humbled my whole life. Every time I think I got something that'll work, you start questioning yourself. But a chart's a chart. At the end of the day, I believe in my skill. Am I going to be wrong? It's a guarantee. I just don't want to be every trade wrong at one time. Okay? I'm human. All right. So, as I said, we got all this happening at one time. What happened today at 7:30 did the market in? The jobless claims fell 19,000. The Fed wants to see those going up, not down. The continuing claims fell dramatically. This is exactly what the Fed doesn't want. On the other part of the equation, when I put on my other face, 30-year mortgage rates went up to 6.7%. There was word today on Dow Wires and some of the others that some brokers were charging 7%. So that part's working. That they've taken the interest rate part of the market and they've made housing difficult, but people are still finding it easy to get jobs. They're not going on the claims roll. They're not filing for unemployment insurance or anything. They're able to get jobs, 1, 2, 3. And when you did a survey, I was reading the surveys today of employers, there's about half the employers still need to hire. Don't get me wrong. Big companies, some of them letting go. Metastock is telling people they're going to be let go now. So there are things going on. When we look at Planet Fitness, the market's trying to form here a bounce area. That's all you can say. You had a bounce area. I can't get excited about that. Lower highs, lower lows. It got some following this week. I'll only keep it up maybe through tomorrow, and then I'm probably gone with it, and I'll pick something else that I think is more interesting. But if you do clear 59.12, you open the door up here to get the bounce in the market. That's a very important number. You've got to get through that high of 3 days ago. If that happens, I don't see it going much beyond the 18-day average, but you got to get through the number I just said if you even have a chance to get to that number. The bears are in control. The downside target for the bears is 53.01. The market, is it embedded? It is. So until this market loses it, yesterday, if we take a look together, you didn't lose the embedded reading. So until that's lost, you get these rallies, the bears are still aggressive. When the red line closes over 21, that's when I think, if you're a contra trend trader, that's when people will step in the stock market looking for it to rally. Netflix, well, Netflix is adding left and right products. Now it's gaming. Why not? They've got the audience, go for it. They're going to have their new product, I don't know when, but the ad-supported version of it. And, it's one of my favorite channels. But I'll tell you, Hulu's come on pretty big. So there's another one out there you always got to watch. In any case, For me, you're caught in the Bollinger Bands. I don't see it yet having broken out or that it is going to break out. Now, could it? Of course. But you'd have to get and stay over that upper Bollinger Band. You have been in sideways action since mid-August. You have gone nowhere in this. So you have the requisite sideways action of compression of price in a narrow range to create inertia if it breaks out. Now, does it break out? I don't play for the breakout. I chase after the fact. Apple's doing what we talked about here. You know, I said that these 25 PE ratios in this type of market are too rich. And now analyst upon analyst, I keep reading the reports coming out. Has Apple lost its mojo? Is this? Is that? It's a good company. The PE was too high. It's first day out of the lower Bollinger Band. It doesn't prove anything, but it's certainly been a bear market. I think yesterday the pros, if they sold the market on that rally, came out. I think today was the gravy, if you will. Disney, still in nothing but problems until the red line gets over 21. I think the bears hit these rallies, still looking for the lower band. It's 94.07. In the financial services, you have your embedded reading. My rule, when the reading closes over 21, I don't want to be short anymore. Until then, each of these rallies, and there is a methodology to sell the rally, you're not throwing a dart at a price. I teach it in my enhanced Bollinger Band course. You've heard me talk about it forever. There's a methodology to it. It's not hard to follow. By the way, if you find that your slow stochastics aren't matching mine, I give my formula, because I altered mine, to my paid subscribers in the morning versions. I do not give it to the trial subscribers. So if you're a paid subscriber and you're saying, how do I change it? I'll give you the formula. What I won't do is go into your charts and go into the coding. You pay another service to do that. I've already taken care of it for everybody using my charting software. So I'm not going to be your IT department. Is that fair enough? XLI, fully embedded reading until you lose it. These rallies get sold. It's one of my markets that I was talking about. There's quite a few of them. In the semiconductor, I thought the better play was SOX than XSD, and it turned out to be. But this wasn't a bad move today either, down nearly 3% in the day. And again, do we have an embedded reading? No. That's why it wasn't my favorite. If you come with me on this, and we go back a day or so, right here, 2166, you're not embedded. So nothing to do with that. XHB, all right, are we going to lose the embedded reading? Well, this gets interesting. It's fully embedded. The pros probably hit the market yesterday. Today was profit-taking. They had a lot of 3% declines today in the market. And I think now the question is, does it have legs to the downside? Because if it doesn't follow through, you're going to lose that embedded reading. You need to get follow-through in this market right away. In the energy sector, I elected to not do anything in energies. This was not one of the areas I want. And let me explain why. It's because we have the October, I think it's the 5th, we have the OPEC meeting. I'll check on that. And I think they're going to cut production. I don't think they'll do what Russia wants with the 1 million barrel a day cut, anything like that. Could they go from 100,000 barrel a day cut to 200 or 300,000? That's within the norm. So it wouldn't surprise me. On the way up, they weren't overly, as oil prices were the last time, they make their production cuts or additions in very small manners. They don't try to quash the market, or on the other side, they want to support the market. So it's what they do to try to engineer it. They're not going 1 million barrels. I'll fall over if that's it. I'll do it on maybe this. I'll have to get something so I can get up. In GLD, you lost the embedded reading. I don't want to be short anymore. It's that simple. Where do I think we're going? Back to the 18-day average. Can it regain the embedded reading? Okay, follow me. Here's your reading. You're still embedded. You got to close over 21. The only time you can regain the reading is it would have to close back both numbers under 20 again. I doubt it'll do it. If it doesn't, where's it likely to go? Back to challenge the upper Bollinger Band. GDX. Never did embed, just right back up through the 18-day average. Is it a trend? No. You have a higher high and lower low. Copper, still in a bear trend, but so oversold. What have I been saying? Oversold conditions don't attract new money. Embedded conditions do. Attraction's a good word. Embedded conditions do, because the traders recognize the trend is locked in. Now, whether it's off a stochastic as I do it, an MACD, percentage R, there's many different techniques, okay? I like the one that I use. TLT. No, you had momentum turning up. You can get a bounce here at any time for no reason at all right? But do I think the longer-term trend is up? No. I mean, do you want to fight the Fed? You do it. I don't want to fight the Fed. I've said that all the way through. My best friend is the Fed. They have more money than anybody. And they don't have to care what the stock market's doing or anything else. They have 2 mandates, and that's all they have to follow. All right, as you take a look here, you had been in the dollar over the upper Bollinger Band, and all I can say is you only spend 5% of the time over. So if you want to be the buyer over that, God bless you, because I need a sucker. It's that simple. That's what makes the markets work. I think you can do better as the market pulls in. Now, this market is also saying if it can't get a reason to re-embed right away, the odds favor price and the 18-day average are going to come together. And it's a flip-flop to a degree in the euro, because 40% of the dollar index is made up of the euro, that maybe that's going to go back up to the 18-day average of closes. So you put it together, you try to come up with a game plan. And that's where I want to come in and work with you, working with your SPDR ETF strategies, taking them and saying, okay, Monday through Friday morning, Ira's going to give me my daily videos, and on the weekend, he's going to do just weekend charts for my longer term trades. I do mix in weekend, in other words, weekly charts with everything else. I'm forever changing this. This is just meant to give you an idea of some of them. You saw FXE. I didn't have UUP in there. I'm always adding and subtracting all the time. And a lot of people don't realize when you're my subscriber, some people will write me, Ira, what do you think of this? I'll take the time. I'll typically create a 30-second to 1-minute video for you, give you my analysis of it right there, off the chart, and away you go. It's all part and parcel of what I do, time allowing, obviously. I'll talk to you fundamentals. I'll talk to you what's going on. SPDRs, we're going to talk, price-earning ratios, different things. So how do you get this? It's simple, all right? You will spend, in 2 days, if you get a Starbucks a day, a small one, more money than my video is going to run you. It's pretty much how it's going to work. You price, even the small one with the tip, you're going to be more money. So you're getting 24 videos every 30 days. We don't go on monthly subscriptions. Day you start, you get 30 days. It just keeps rotating and going accordingly. So to get it and find out information, simply go to iraepstein.com. And when you're there, market research or follow this finger of mine. I'll move it over my head. There'll be an icon. Move your cursor there, and that'll take you right there. I'm Ira. You have a great day. I need some sleep. Take care.